When millions of Americans drive home after the Labor Day weekend, they'll have to deal with high gas prices and speed traps. And in some spots, as John Blackstone reports, don't even think about warning other drivers unless you get the app.
It's a code all drivers share. A flash of the high beams is a warning there's a speed trap ahead. But when the police in Florida saw Eric Campbell doing it, he got slapped with a $115 ticket.
The police officer saw the blinking and he was upset. You could tell in his voice. He was professional, he wasn't rude, but you could tell he was irritated.
The cop clearly figured there ought to be a law, but in Florida there isn't. So Campbell's fine for a speed trap warning was overturned in court. In some states, however, it is illegal to warn other drivers there's a speed trap ahead. Arizona and Alaska forbid flashing of high beams, while the states of New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Virginia allow it. California allows it. In fact, the state's highway patrol says it supports any action that gets motorists to abide by the speed limit.
We just want people to slow down, whether it's through enforcement or through word of mouth. As long as people slow down, they're driving safely, that's all we really are concerned with.
But that wasn't the case in Texas this summer when Houston resident Natalie Plummer got into big trouble.
I got handcuffed, put in the back of a cop car, taken to jail for 12 hours for holding a sign on the sidewalk.
In June, she held up a hand-drawn sign similar to this one on the side of a Houston street about a block in front of this speed trap. Police officers questioned her, threatened to charge her with obstructing justice, and eventually arrested her.
I asked the lady who was booking me, what am I here for exactly? And she said, oh, she looks at the paper and she says, oh, well, it says here that you're here for walking on the street or something.
Plummer claims she stayed on the sidewalk the whole time. It accuses the cops of restricting her right to free speech. Her case was eventually dismissed, but it focused attention on police efforts to clamp down on a traditional driver-to-driver courtesy.
What they're being ticketed or arrested for are things other than the actual alert to other drivers.
Loyola law professor Jessica Levinson says police often have to stretch to find a legal reason to go after drivers who warn of speed traps.
It feels like there's something unfair about the cops saying you're not allowed to tell people where we are.
But in the era of the smartphone, the tussle between police and drivers is moving beyond headlight flashing. Now, there's an app for that.
Red light camera.
Red light camera coming up.
So you just heard a warning of a red light camera, and you can actually see it in the middle of the road here.
It's called Trapster, a free smartphone app that now has 16 million users who can report and map speed traps, red light cameras, and other road hazards for all other Trapster users to see.
Right, you just tap the report button, then tap the red light camera in the top right there. Boom. Set it wherever the trap is, and you hit the checkbox to confirm. And bam, you've just reported a red light camera.
Is this legal? Do I have to hide this if a policeman pulls me over?
No, not at all. There's no laws against mobile apps.
If law enforcement feels that this is not helping them, then I think, yes, the app could face some sort of question. But they're going to have to, whoever prosecutes the app company is going to have to come up with a good reason as to why this is hindering law enforcement.
No one has attempted that yet, so Trapster continues to grow. And with each touch of a button,
Live police.
the days of flashing headlights seem to be dimming into the past. For CBS This Morning, John Blackstone, San Francisco.
Would you use it?
I would.
Yeah.
You?
I would. I would try it, yeah.
I got to say, I got to hand it to them as a business idea,
Yeah,
seeing an
yeah.
opportunity and taking it.
Yeah.
16 million users?
Yeah, yeah.
I bet it'll go
You're
up.
doing well. Stop challenging me to drag races on West End Ave in the meantime, please.